All right, cool. Hey, welcome everybody. This is Ron, KC0QVT here in BridgeCom Systems, HQ in Smithville, Missouri, and I want to welcome you to today's BridgeCom University Live. It's a couple days before Christmas, and I do want to wish you all a Merry Christmas, and we've had a great year. I hope you guys have too. I hope you guys enjoy time with your family in the next few days. Got a nice little lesson on tap that I want to share with you guys. But before that, I want to make you guys aware of a giveaway we're doing that is pretty cool. It's called the Ho 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 giveaway. And 3 lucky winners are going to win an 878 Plus along with a Nagoya 701. So I want you guys to sign up for this giveaway. Three radios we're giving away here coming up. Justin, who's handling the chat, he'll put the link to where you can do that giveaway. But if you're coming in on Facebook and YouTube, check that link out. And by the way, if you're on either channel, I'd invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. It is a growing channel. We put content out there almost every day regarding what we're doing here at BridgeCom. A lot of how-to videos along with just activities that interviews with customers, just all kinds of stuff's on YouTube. And then these, of course, will be these live streams will go out on YouTube as well, and they're available for watching later, which a lot of you have taken advantage of. So anyway, keep an eye on your inbox. If you've subscribed via email, we've got some offers coming out this next few weeks, and as the year closes out. So anyway. We're going to start off with how to connect your hotspot to the TGIF network. Now, if you guys don't know what the TGIF network is, what it is it's another railroad, if you will, that your hotspot can be connected to, so you can talk to all kinds of folks. And anyway, I kind of go over this pretty regular, but what you guys need to do is you need to go to radioid.net. And if you're an amateur radio operator, you need to get you a DMR ID so that you can enjoy your radio and your hotspot. So radioid.net, get you a DMR ID, okay? And then you want to connect it to a network, or get a hotspot. And just a second, get a hotspot and connect it to a network, okay? And a lot of you guys are connecting them to Brandmeister. And this hotspot right now is connected to Brandmeister. Oops. Yeah. Anyway, so connect to a network. And so you've got these networks. One of them's called Brandmeister. And you've got another network over here that is getting some popularity. It's called TGIF. And then you've got a lot of other networks. And I'm going to show you real quick where you can see those. So all right, so what I'm going to do is I am going to open my browser, and I've got my hotspot connected to the internet already, and I see I'm served up on 192.168.2.25. So I'm going to type in that. All right. And it's going round and round. Can't be reached. Okay. Yeah, 2.25. Let's try it again. Am I connected to the internet? I'm not seeing our, no, that's my computer's not connected to the internet now. Hang on, technical issue. Just a second, folks. Okay. Oops. Well, it was connected when the stream started, so hang on a second. All right, looks like I'm connected now. For some reason it wasn't. All right, here we go. All right, got my dashboard up. Don't know what's going on. Anyway, so here's my dashboard. And you want to go into this configuration. This is Pistar. By the way, give some big time props to these folks that did this program, Pistar. It's you can see some of the Andy Taylor, some of the guys that's contributed to this platform. It's a really slick deal, and it's made life a lot easier for a lot of folks. So Pistar, you log in, pi-star, and Raspberry is the password. That's common. I have not changed that. Okay. All right, and I don't want to save that because the IP address changes oftentimes. Okay, so you want to log into your Pistar, and by the way, there's I got these show notes, and you can check that out. There should be a link for you guys to check these out. Okay, and you can follow along with me. Okay, so what you want to do, and this is we've been working through a lot of stuff here over the last several weeks, and I've left everything the same as the last time when we set this up for the network on. The last live stream we did was about connecting the Brandmeister so that I would join a net, and that went really well. So now we're going to be using that same configuration. The radio's still the same, the hotspot's still the same. So the last live stream is where I'm leaving, or where I left off. So what I want to do is I want to drop down to the section called the DMR configuration. Okay, and what you're going to see here in the settings is a DMR master. And in this drop-down menu, these are pre-populated with all these different servers that are available to connect to. And you can see Brandmeister, and that's prefaced by a BM that has a lot of, they've got Brandmeister servers all over the world, okay? And right now, as you can see, I'm on Brandmeister United States 3102, okay? So what I want to do is I want to change that to the TGIF network, okay? And I'm just going to quickly show you, you can just type in Shift-T, and that'll immediately bring that to focus, okay? So I want to change my master to that network, and as you can see here, that's all you do. You just change that, okay, and then we're going to apply the changes. And you don't need to worry about hotspot security. As I understand it, TGIF does not have the same requirement for hotspot security as Brandmeister is currently doing. Okay, so keep in mind, this is a network, which is Brandmeister. It's pretty massive. It's probably the largest one available to us. And then we've got this other smaller network, which is growing in size, called TGIF. And I'm just wanting to show you guys how big of a world we have at our, in this ham radio space for working with these hotspots and in repeaters, because you can connect repeaters to Brandmeister, and you can also connect repeaters to TGIF. And we're going to show you that here in a moment. And then, of course, there's these other networks, and that's where you can see these networks are shown by looking at that DMR master. So you can, and that's why I put question mark, because there's just so many of them. But I'm just focusing on these. These seem to be getting a lot of exposure and popularity. So we're going to be focusing on this one. So I'll circle this in red. All right. So I want to go ahead and apply these changes, which will then cause the hotspot to restart. And then I'm going to show you what comes out there. Okay, you'll see that this DMR configuration page changes, and you won't see the particulars there about the Brandmeister network there. Now you'll still have the same DMR ID and the color code fields. So the hotspot is restarting. And I've got my nice display letting me know what's going on. It says MMDVM stopped, and of course the changes apparently are taking place. Okay, it just reinitialized on the display here. It says I'm back up. I should see there now my screen's changing. And by the way, I am using this, still using this tablet computer for all this, running Windows 10. Picked it up off Amazon for $100. I don't know if it's still $100. I know that it was $100 when I bought it. We do have a link to this in previous show notes so that you guys can check that out. Okay, so it is restarting. It's not the fastest computer in the world, but it does work for programming your radios, and so it does serve a purpose. I know we've had a lot of folks, say, "Oh, I can't get my computer to work. I can't, for some reason there's some hang up or something." So this was a solution that we threw to the market. Said, "Look, you can go get a Windows 10 computer that's $99 and get your, you have it as your CPS programming utility." And it looks like I'm still, I don't get good signal in here in this room, but and I am on Wi-Fi. So let me see if I can shorten this here. I know I'm still on .225. 2.25, there we go. Site can't be, let's reload. I lost my internet again. Okay, now it's connected. All right. Okay. All right, now I'm back up. All right, what I want you guys to see, can you show them the screen, computer? Okay. What we want to look at here on we want to look on the left side to inspect to see what's going on. And this is really good to see. After you've connected to a network, we often hear that people say, "Oh, I don't know if I don't hear a response back from anything." But the first thing you want to check is the hotspot connected to the network? And on the dashboard page, you can look over here to the left and you can see modes enabled, network status. You got the radio info that you just set up from your configuration page, and you've got your DMR repeater area, which we're not using a repeater, we're obviously using a simplex device here. So you can see I'm all green. This is good. It would be red, DMR would be red, the DMR net would be red if I was not connected to the network. And then of course at the bottom you've got the DMR master. It says TGIF Network. Now this is good. This means that this hotspot is now connected to that network. It's made the connection and everything is, it's running great. Okay, at least I think it is. I mean, it's telling me that I've got all green boards, which, green means go. All right, so now I'm going to take you over here to the TGIF Network's website, and I put a link here in the show notes, but I'll just go ahead and type it in, and I've typed it in before, so I'm just going to enter that. Okay, now this is their website. It's like Brandmeister.network. Okay, it's similar. They call themselves TGIF.network. Okay, now what you can do here, which is really cool, is you can look at all the talk groups that are available on this network. Okay, and there's a lot of them, and there are some similar talk group numbers from Brandmeister, but a lot of them are different. Okay, and so what I want you guys to do is just poke around on this website. It's not very complicated, but you can see all these different websites, or I'm sorry, talk groups for, what might be of interest to you. And we're looking at this the other day. I mean, they've got talk groups for just about anything. And in fact, they seem to be very welcoming in creating new talk groups. They definitely want more and more folks to join their, their platform. You got the various, excuse me, you've got various state talk groups, and I believe those numbers are the same as Brandmeister, but we'll pick one out of here at random, and I'll show you what you can do to see what's going on. But yeah, look through all of these. One thing to show that there are some differences, they've got a North America talk group, which is, they call it 110, and I believe Brandmeister's is 93. So there are some differences, and we'll make adjustments for that as we build up in the CPS. And I want to invite you to, they've got a forum, and you can click on that and register with them, get a password. I don't know anybody in this TGIF group, so I'm not plugging them just because I know somebody. I just saw this was an active network and a lot of folks are using it. So I wanted to make you guys aware of the network as well, because these hotspots can go just about anywhere. Okay, so you've got this talk groups, and then you've got this self-care tab, and the self-care tab should show you your IP address if you're connected. Okay, so it's going to say my hotspots. Okay, I do have a hotspot, and I'm connected, and it's showing me my IP address, as you can see there. Okay, so that's one way to know if you're on the network as well, as if it sees you. Okay, this other section is called active talkers. And this is something that you can see, like who's talking on what talk group. Okay, and you can see clearly that there's somebody on France, Switzerland, SC Midlands, no name, doesn't say anything, but you can see who's actually using this network at this current time. And then over here on last heard, which is pretty cool, is that it'll start populating with all the activity, and it takes a bit of time to populate, but this is going to show you what's currently happening right now at the moment, and this is similar to what Brandmeister's doing as well. And you're right, Craig, it's 31665, which is TGIF, is always active, or there's always somebody on there, and we'll get on there. All right, so this is the website. This is where you can go and register on their forums, take a look around, pretty basic stuff. Okay, so now let's get into the radio. I'm going to close my browser window, or shrink that real quick, and then I'm going to open up my CPS, and again, I'm going to run as administrator. And just real quick, I'm going to review a lot of what we've been talking about the last several weeks. I'm going to start almost like from scratch. There is some assumptions I'm making, and I'm going to gloss over some stuff as I talk about things in the show notes, but I do encourage you to go back to several videos ago or live streams ago where I've talked about how to connect your hotspot to a network, and also a repeater to a network with your Anytone. So yeah, I want to go ahead and get this started. All right, so it should, there we go. All right, so I want to read my radio, which I got here so you can see it. And I've got it hanging on this post here, so you guys can get a good camera view of the front screen. And by the way, I've never changed my splash screen, so I want to go here and set. I want to set the COM, because I don't think that should change, but it's been consistently around. Yeah, it's still 3. All right, so I want to go to the program. I want to read from the radio. Oops, no, I don't want to do that. I want to write. I want to read. Okay. I just want the data. All right, so there, it's reading the radio. Perfect. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create some channels. I'm going to create a zone. I'm going to put the channels in the zone, and then I'm going to see if I can hit the parrot. Okay, that's the first thing you want to do is after you get all that stuff done, you want to hit the parrot. Okay, read data completed. All right, so I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to tell you real quick so that we already know we're on Brandmeister, or I'm sorry, on TGIF. All right, and I want to just review real quick. We're on a simplex device. 446.525 is our that's our frequency. That's for transmit and receive. We're on time slot 2, okay, and we're on color code 1. This is important, and just by way of review, the channels that we've set up are already set up for this. So what I'm going to do is just do some copying, okay? So, but this is important. That's the frequency. Notice that, you know, we put some frequencies around, you know, .60 or 575, but it's whatever you want. You just want to make sure you're not interfering with something that's going on. We've heard people talk about, you know, don't interfere with the satellites and stuff like that, because I know a lot of amateurs do stuff at satellite frequency. Talk to the satellites somewhere in around here, but you want to make sure you're not on those. But again, time slot 2, color code 1. All right, so we've got some digital channels already created, and so what I'm going to do first is I want to create a parrot channel. Okay, so I've got one here. I'm just going to we created something for the southeast link last time, and I am going to just copy that, and I'm going to paste this on 13 right there, and then I'm going to open this up. Okay, and I'm going to change the channel name to TGIF parrot. This is the alpha tag. Oops. All right, and the parrot is this is similar to Brandmeister. It's a private call on 9900. Okay, so I want to go over. It's a simplex device, digital. With transmit power is low. Color code right here is 1, time slot 2. Okay, and that's what I just showed you. And this is on you creating a channel. And we don't care much about the analog stuff because this is a digital channel. So the contact is where you need to focus now. So I'm going to click on that contact list. Now these are all the contacts we brought in a while back. Okay, but the parrot we know is a private call. So I'm going to go down here and find the parrot. And you can left click on that and see that it'll illuminate 9990 private call, and I'm going to use that one because that's the one I want. Okay, all right, so I'm going to click OK. So I've just created that. I want to create a disconnect, so I'm going to just paste this again, and I'm going to type in TGIF parrot. I'm sorry, TGIF disconnect. I'm sorry about that. Because you always need a disconnect. And I'm doing this, I could have used the same channels that I made for Brandmeister because I had the same contact, but I'm doing this again because I want you guys to see how easy it is to create a channel, okay? And so I changed the alpha tag. I know I'm on 446.525. I'm on color code 1, time slot 2, which is what the hotspot's set for, okay? Oops, hope I didn't screw that up. Well, we'll fix it. Okay, and so yeah, we want to go up to the contact again, and we want to look for disconnect. And sometimes this is hard to see. Usually, if I can find that. Yeah, you sit here and poke around for it. No, I'm passing it. It should be in alphabetical order. I'm getting confused by all these funky characters. Yeah, having a small display doesn't help. And then getting old doesn't help either. So just... All right. Well, I can't find the disconnect. I wonder if maybe it's down here at the bottom. I know I put that in here. It's in here. I tell you what, I'll real quick, I'm going to exit out because I know I got this from someplace else. I'm going to copy the disconnect from here. This is, yeah, the SkyBridge disconnect. I'm going to just copy that, and I'm going to paste that right here. Okay. Yeah, that's TG. Okay, it was TG. Okay, that's why I couldn't find it. I had prefaced it with TG. Okay, so but let's call this TGIF. Okay, TGIF disconnect, digital, low power, color code 1, slot 2, all good. Okay, so now I want to just delete this one out of the way. Or actually, I'll just change it. I'll change it because I want to add TGIF. TGIF is a talk group that is pretty popular. Okay, so I'm going to add that one. So I'm going to illuminate this. And I do believe that there is a TGIF talk group in Brandmeister. And I think, I'll just go down here and look for TGIF. I do believe that's in here. I looked at this the other day. I think there's one. There's talk group. Where is it? No, maybe not. I thought there was. Okay, I'll tell you what. Let's make one. Okay, so I'm going to cancel out of here, and then I'm going to show you how to make one real quick. That's a good thing to do. Okay, so you got your talk group, and I'm going to, there we go. Okay, so we're going to go down here to the bottom, and these are all, it's 31665. So I'll just go down here and poke around, and I think if it's in here, I'll see it. 31665. Okay, they call it the DMR mental ward. That's where we all belong. Okay. All right, so I need to change that to TGIF. Let me just end this. I'm going to call it TGIF. Okay, so it's different. It's different. Okay, so I just 31665. And by the way, I'm going to go over here to my window, and I'm going to go and I'm going to show you. If you go to help on their website, okay. Okay, you're going to see, yeah. TGIF is, whoops, TGIF is 31665, okay? And you can go here to this talk group list, and I'll just type in, I'll search for it, TGIF, okay? And there's 4 of them here that are various kinds. You got TGIF Turkey, okay, yeah, 31665 right there, okay? So that confirms that number. So now, yeah, I got 31665 right here in slot number 1119. So I now know I've got it in here. And apparently there was, I was wrong. There is some people are on Brandmeister using 31665 for another purpose. They call themselves, well, at least in this, this one we downloaded, the DMR mental ward. So somebody's being funny. All right, so go back to the channels and go to number 14 and change the southeast link. We're going to change that. We're going to go down here and find TGIF because I just entered it. QRST. Oh, TGIF should be. There it is right there. And I'll left click on it. Yep, there it is, 31665. Okay, so now that's it. So this is, and I'm going to change the channel name. So this is TGIF. I'm just going to leave this as TGIF. Okay, so we've created another channel. We got the TGIF parrot, the TGIF talk group, and TGIF disconnect. All right. And then I thought I'd enter, I wanted to just go out and see, I want to show you guys, we can go look at an active talk group. And I know TGIF is pretty active, and there's a high probability there's going to be some activity on there, but let's just find another one just to make sure we drive this point home. Okay, so let's just go to last heard real quick, and this is going to again populate with all of the activity going on the channel. And let's just randomly pick a talk group out of here where there's folks having a QSO. Okay, and this timestamp is pretty spot on. So there's folks. This ARF com, I see that. Let's just do that. That's 556. Okay, we'll add 556 to this. We'll call it ARF com. And I don't know what's going on ARF com, but we're going to find out hopefully. All right, so I'm going to go over here and I'm going to add the contact. I'm just going to make sure it's if it's already there, we're going to change it. So we want to, I'm just going to go up here and look, because these are all in numerical order. And this is 556. And this is how you add talk groups to your talk group list. So 556 does not have anybody there. So we can add that. So I'm going to go to the bottom. Oops, went too far. There's a lot of contacts. There we go, I went too far. See, you append the talk group you want to add to the bottom. Okay, and there's the southeast link. So this is called ARFCOMM. It's a group call, and the ID is 556. Okay, so I'm going to add that to the list. Go up here to the channel. I want to copy, just copy this last one I did, and I'm going to paste it. Okay. And then I'm going to left double click, and I'm going to call this TGIF ARFCOMM. Okay, and then of course all the stuff is the same. And then I'm going to look in the contact list for that one I just created, AR, right there, over here. It's the 556, it's a group call, and I'm now adding that. Okay, so all right, I added 4 channels to the channel list here. Okay, now the next step is to create a zone, because I want to make sure I know what all my TGIF stuff is, or where all my, okay, so I've got 2 zones. I've got a KCI repeater zone, a SkyBridge zone, and I'm going to just left click in here, and I'm going to call this the TGIF zone. You got to create a zone. It won't work if you don't create the zone. You got to put channels in a zone. That's one of the big, it's just it's something that people do and just forget, and they're like, why can't I see my channel on the radio after I program it? If it's not in a zone, it won't go in. Okay, so I'm going to add the TGIF parrot. So I move all these 4 channels that I just added are over here, okay, and I'm going to put them in that zone, okay, and it's going to default the A channel, which is going to be on top. I'm going to make that the, I'll go ahead and leave that as the parrot, and the TGIF is the B channel, so that'll be on the bottom. Okay, so I'm going to click OK, and this is where I write it into the radio, and it should create a new zone, and we should be able to test this. Okay. Okay, all right. So I'm going to take you over here to the radio. It's copying the data. Now, yeah, and you want to make sure you unplug it. Made the mistake last time or a couple times ago not unplugging it, and I couldn't hear no audio. So if you ever get to a point where like I can't hear nothing, it's probably because you got the cable plugged in. And that's just a mistake we all make. Okay, so we're on the SkyBridge zone on the top, and the KCI repeater zone's on the bottom, and I'm going to set focus to the top. Well, that's where it's at. I'm going to up click. There's that. Okay, so now there's my TGIF zone. Okay, so now here's the moment of truth. I am going to make effort to hit the parrot, because once you program, verify all the zone, and the channels are present, and test the parrot. Okay, if the parrot works, we want to test another talk group. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and key up KC0QVT, and if all goes well, I should hear myself. And I don't. KC0QVT. All right. Okay, it's not. And I do see the SkyBridge is changing. I saw this yesterday when I was playing around with this. It wasn't. We can go to we can find out if I'm actually getting into the system by. Okay, the local RF activity. Okay, and it says I got time slot 2, so you can watch on the dashboard here as I key up KC0QVT. You can see it's transmitting 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 5 seconds. Okay, that all should be parroted back because I'm hitting 99.90. Okay, and I had this happen yesterday where it wasn't parroting, and I went to the configuration page and I changed the dashboard access to public, and I just applied the changes. Okay, and by the way, you can see here on the DMR config, all the stuff about Brandmeister went away, and we are on that talk group, okay? So we've just recently rejoined the network. Okay, Raymond Lucas says 99.99. Okay, not a bunch of okay. I'm looking at your comments, folks. And I got into 99.90 yesterday, and I was testing it this morning, and it was working on this. Oftentimes I don't know why it won't repair it back. You don't need a password, I know that. But let me try it again. I think we're back to good. Okay, okay. I think there's activity right now. It might be that there's see, let's look at the dashboard and see what's going on. All right.
Thank God it's Wednesday.
Okay, so somebody's okay, I just turned it into TGIF. Okay, I may not have, okay, this is the importance of a talk group disconnect. When I was playing around with it earlier, I did not disconnect from the talk group. So let me do that real quick. Okay, I switched it over to talk group disconnect, as you can see on the top. And somebody is talking right now, so I don't think I'll get in. I don't have, this should unmute here, if he's still there. Yeah. Okay. And you can see the activity happening on the dashboard. So there is activity going on 31665. Okay, somebody's transmitting now?
Yeah. So there you go.
Okay, that is on TGIF, and I need to.
Okay, informed of you, listener.
Okay. So somebody else just hopped on there.
BridgeCom, we are watching you here. This is Robert, K4WCV.
Okay, yeah, Robert just chimed in. All right, I am on TGIF because I forgot to do a disconnect when I was doing my testing. So the talk group stayed static to the network because I didn't disconnect from it. So, but yeah, thanks Robert for chiming in. That's cool. Let me show you the disconnect real quick. And see. Okay, that should disconnect me from that talk group so that I can show you the parrot. And I should hear not. Okay, so my disconnect. Okay, now I'm going to try the parrot. KC0QVT.
KC0QVT.
There we go. All right, so now I'm clear. I got TGIF, I got the disconnect, and I got ARF-COM, and I can get on TGIF. KC0QVT monitoring TGIF. How's everybody doing? I know that's a bad QSO, or a bad effort.
K2NGX.
Okay, he's in New Jersey. K2NJX. Anyway, that's it. I got the parrot. That worked. If the parrot works, you're pretty much home free. Okay, if you can get the parrot to come back, you know that you've hit the network responded, the connections are all legit, it's all good, and then at that point it's just a matter of just creating, outfitting your code plug with all these talk groups, like this TGIF talk group, which is pretty busy. And then of course you've got all this visibility. You can go use your computer to, go in and see who's talking, what's going on. There's a lot of neat talk groups on TGIF. It looks like they've provided a lot of description about what's going on. It looks like it's a lot topic specific. I saw one there, Vietnam veterans, they have a talk group. And it looks like they're very accommodating in the event you've got a talk group. I did, Robert, the guy that was just chiming in, I actually spoke to him, and he says that they have a net on Friday evenings at 7:30 Eastern time on the TGIF talk group. So that's something you can take advantage of, and it looks like it's just a rag chew for all things digital and anything you want to talk about. But I'm ready to field some questions. I see Craig's back, Dan's back, Dan KO4EUH. John Reynolds asks, can you access both TGIF and Brandmeister without editing the Pistar configuration? I don't know the answer to that. I think you can. There's people that I've heard marry TGIF, and I'm talking about the network, TGIF network and Brandmeister. I've heard that you can connect them together through some sort of networking gymnastics that go on. I personally have not looked into that, but I've seen folks talk about that. But I think, Craig, he says no. You definitely need to tweak Pistar one way or the other. Okay, I've heard some folks do that, and I'll have to look into that. Anyway, more questions?
We got a question here.
Yep.
Are the TGIF parrot disconnects the same as Brandmeister? And this is from David.
Yes, they are. I just keyed in with 9990. Okay, 9990, and it's got to be a private call. That's the same as Brandmeister. Okay, so you could actually have used the same channel, and we could have just copied it over and put it in the TGIF zone, and it would have been fine. Can my OpenSpot 2 be configured to TGIF? Yes, it can, I believe. Yep. Yeah, you can connect basically any hotspot to this network. It's just a matter of, I don't know much about the OpenSpot, so it has the ability to connect to various networks, but I'm not familiar with the API that they're using, or the editor, or the skin, like a Pistar, if they have something like that. Scott Hamilton asked, what is DMR Plus? I believe, I don't know this for certain, but I believe DMR Plus is something to do with DMR Mark. It's another DMR network, okay? Is the SkyBridge what you would recommend for someone to get started with? Absolutely. We built this up to make it easy, okay? So, jump on board. Here at BridgeCom, I just want to give you a quick update on what's going on. We are building an awesome staff here at BridgeCom Systems. We've got 3 or 4 techs on staff now, several folks in marketing, some folks in sales. And I do apologize. If you've tried to call in or left a support ticket and maybe it's fallen through the cracks, and most of them we are handling. There are times when something does happen, and I do sincerely apologize. It's not our intention to just leave anybody hanging. We do respond to emails very quickly if we can. We are very active on our Facebook group page, and I highly recommend, if you have not joined our Facebook group page, please join that. There are, last time I checked, there's like over 7,300 folks in that group, very active, that can help you along with us. We're in there too. So jump in there, ask your question, do a video of if you're having a problem. The best thing you can do to let people see what's going on is shoot a video. It's so easy these days to shoot a video on the Facebook platform, and it just goes right in there and everybody can see it. When you're dealing with troubleshooting these electronic devices and stuff, it's so tough sometimes to understand what the other person is seeing. I've been doing troubleshooting electronics for, since I got out of university, and the easiest thing you can do to help assist somebody is to show them what you're seeing, because it's hard to write it all out, and a video is perfect, and now Facebook has made it easy to do a video on that platform. So I highly recommend that. And yeah, get in there and check it out. Okay, and as far as like TGI, they're all using these servers. It's really the gateways and the gateways and the compute. It's really about the horsepower and the bandwidth that these guys are putting behind these servers that make them handle so much traffic. So, and it is a challenge, and big time props to these guys like Brandmeister and TGIF for taking the time to put a server together so we can all enjoy it. They're donating a lot of their time on the side, and to make a network work. So if you do have some snags, be patient. Those guys are pretty on it. And it looks like we got quite a bit of dialogue going on. Randall Rash, I have TGIF, TGIF Prime, and Brandmeister, and access with a different zone channels, Anytone 878 coplug. Yeah, he built up a whole bunch of stuff. He's got his radio to go on all the, like we created 3 zones. We got a local repeater that I can talk on. We got my hotspot here that I can talk on the Brandmeister, and I also set it up now that I can talk on TGIF. Okay, so I can switch I want to make sure I disconnect, and you have to change your Pistar. You can't, I don't believe on the fly that you can change, if you're going to switch your hotspot, you have to change it from one network to the other by going into the configuration. And I know that's why folks want to, marry them together of some sort so that it can be kind of done, without having to go back into the platform and change that. Craig, okay, he's talking to somebody in there. Okay. KG6RUT, reach out. Okay, thanks a lot, Craig. We're here, and we're grateful for you wanting to help out as well. Anyway, I'm not seeing any new questions come up.
We had a few people during the stream asking about your hotspot, and if you want to give them a rundown on Skybitch Plus.
Okay, yeah. The Skybitch Plus is it's our latest. We call it the Plus because we added this nice big display on it, and it's built around a Pi 3B platform. And so you've got the IP connect. I don't know if you can see this, folks, but I'm going to see if I can pull this up to. But you've got your internet connection over here, and we've got a physical connection, and this can be used on Wi-Fi, but I don't have it on Wi-Fi. And you've got your power source here, but the Plus has the big display. I don't know if you can see that, but it's got a lot of detail in there. It tells you that it's idle right now. It's got my call sign and my DMR ID. It tells me my IP address. And it also tells me the receive and transmit frequency. So it pulled in a bunch of stuff from the Pistar configuration and brought it to the display. So it gives you a lot of intelligence about what's going on. So like if you place it'll tell you if it's listening for traffic or if it's handling a call, and it'll actually illuminate and tell you who actually is talking. So it pulls in all that data coming in from the network. Okay, yeah, Charlie Echo says TGIF group on Facebook has info on gateway config in their file section. So yeah, check those guys out. Pretty active group. Anything? Oh, keep hitting that. Yeah. Well, this went really well. I mean, we got. You guys should know how to, go to radioid.net, get your DMR ID if you haven't done it. You need an amateur radio call sign. I just upgraded to extra, which is pretty cool. You got to get your hotspot, or know some people that have a local repeater that's running DMR. So, and then what you want to do is connect to a network, which I spent the show showing you guys. So TGIF is a big network that's growing, and you have Brandmeister as well. And there's a whole nother pile of networks that you can go on to, and I showed you that over here on the. If you go to configuration, you can add. You go down here and you can see what DMR master, and you can just see a whole ton of networks. They got networks all over the place. DMR Plus seems like they're real big, which we might want to talk about them. You got HB, I think that might stand for homebrew. I don't know. A lot of networks. And then you can actually, if you don't have a network that's in that pre-populated list, there's a way you can actually type in the DMR server address. If you go to this expert section, you can actually type in a network. I had to do this. Somebody wanted some stuff on a 220 network, and they're not in that page. And I was like, well, at the time I didn't know what to do. But you can actually click on MMDVM host in this expert editor. This is a bit advanced topic, kind of bonus topic. And you can actually go down here. I'll do a Control F DMR. Let's just type in master. Is that in here? Configuration. Let's see where that's at. Okay, you can go down here and yeah, the DMR network. The address, you can actually type in your IP address of a network. If it's not in that list, okay, this is where you would put that. And it's got the port and all this techno stuff here that, but that's how you do it if you have a network and you wanted to create your own. But that's way beyond the scope of this conversation. But that's where that information goes. So this is a little bit advanced, and I won't get too deep into this, but this is where all the nuts and bolts are done if you want to like piecemeal stuff together. Anyway, folks, I'm going to let y'all go. Merry Christmas. I hope you have a great Christmas with your family and your friends. I hope you're able to get together with them. I know here at BridgeCom we're getting ready to have a lunch here at noon. We're going to all get together and have a meal and just enjoy the rest of the afternoon. If you have support questions, we're going to get to them. We will be out of the office Friday after Christmas, and we'll be back in on Monday. So, but we will get to your calls, and we will help you. So we want you to be successful, and I hope this video really helped you be successful in the start of your DMR journey. It is really a cool journey to be on. There's a lot of people joining it, and we're excited to be a part of that with you. So with a big 7-3, I'll let you all go. Thank you so much.